we are privileged to have inside the studio the latest speaker, the person that just spoke now, and blew up the whole place. We have in the house, I'll call you Tatafo.
Dr. Elimpo.
Dr. Elimpo.
Tatafo. Oh, just
how are you today?
Fine, thank you. I don't like it when you have to argue with what to call her. So I want to be like Jesus. I am that I am. It is Helen Paul. Call Helen Paul. So when you also get your title, it will be difficult for people to call.
Interesting. That's beautiful. Just listen to your story from where it all started, the various challenges you faced, and all everything about it.
Yes, sir.
You know, I remember clearly listening to you on a QFM, the Tatafo series and everything, all the way to Jara and the rest of them.
Yes,
and of course, how you've become a household name, you know, in the entertainment industry. And now, the other side of you, you know, the way part. I mean, it's so inspiring.
Thank you.
How is your story? How did you come about all this?
I just wanted to grow. I just wanted to get better. Because the worst thing you do to yourself is let people define you and put you in a place. But the best thing you can do for yourself is to change it and say, this is what I want. And whatever you want from your heart begins to function. When the people in Genesis wanted to grow and become so big to the point that they wanted to see God building, it started from their heart. And when God saw their thoughts, he said no, and he canceled. So everything you want starts from your heart. It starts from, I wish to.
Brilliant.
I want to. Then I've gotten
Become it. Yeah.
So that's what happened to me. I just wanted to grow. I didn't want that tag bastard on me. But now I'm the one that I even now call myself, because it's funny that, the people that not even have parents are struggling more than we that don't have. How funny. And I'm enjoying it.
Hallelujah.
So I just pray that we all get to the level where our pains will be easy for us to share, to inspire people.
I know you have loads of questions for her.
First, I'm excited. She's been my sister for a while, and she's been great role model and trailblazer. Now, I want to ask this question for entertainers. Most entertainers are excited that you're on the bill and you've spoken. How do you balance being in the US and hosting events in the US and coming, and still relevant in Nigeria? What is that word, or what is that thing that you've done that can be a form of encouragement? Because some people are planning. Some people left Nigeria because their wife had to leave or their spouse had to leave. How do you balance, getting the audience in the US or any part of the world that you've gone to and in Nigeria?
I'm so grateful to God that you're the one asking, because we're the same. You live in Canada and now you are here. So the world is a global space now.
Yes.
Our phones are available. WhatsApp functions everywhere. Emails functions everywhere. So then what kind of relationship do you have? Do you have the relationship that would tell people, don't worry, I'll get that for you at $250? Or do you have a relationship that will say, Helen, there's a new deal, and I've told them so amount, that you self will be shocked. So it depends on the relationship you have. So if, like I said on the stage, but there was no time, so I had to rush. If you understand your circle, you'll be able to keep things going.
Yeah.
It's not just to have 350 contacts on your phone with no impact. So I am very good in identifying the major 10 people in my life that when they don't fall, I won't fall. They don't have to be friends. They don't have to know each other, but you have them. Mentors, friends, colleagues, who would make up their mind to say, we won't let you fall.
Yeah.
So it depends on the people you
Beautiful.
have. Like Daystar got your back, Sako. Each time they want to do something, Sako, they're still thinking of Sako, even when you have also relocated. So when we're having the conference, they still have you on board to say you're presenting, not a group of people that will say, Sako has relocated, and they close the door on the Sako. So it depends on your circle. Keep the right circle.
Thank you.
Keep the right circle, and things will work.
Circle from Sako, have this rhyme around it. Okay, so Shale, please, I know you have a question for a doctor, because I know she has to go back for question and answer. Shale, over to you.
Thank you so much, Tyler. During your session, I picked on the fact that you are a strong choleric, a core choleric, but you have this sanguine approach to life. But I want to ask, judging from the background where you came from, with the negative environment, so to speak, for someone that is not as strong-willed as you were back then, how do you think it would be easy for them to navigate through that? And if you have something to tell them to walk through that process, what would you tell them? Someone that is probably melancholic or phlegmatic, introverted, keep to themselves, but they're in the middle. I know that placement is not a mistake. God does not place us anywhere by mistake. But how do they navigate that phase of their life to get through that?
Oh, thank you very much. I love the word you used that I didn't use. That's misinterpretation, using my environment or my foundation as negative. My environment is not negative. It's contributed to my growth. So I didn't call it negative. I called it the process. So if you don't go through that process, how would you be able to face it when you are challenged or when you come with that problem? So my environment taught me to learn to keep short. Not everything I must say out. My environment taught me to see some things and is not necessarily address things. So the foundation also helped me to see that when you're gifted or when you're full with goodies, the world are ready to take it from you, consciously or unconsciously, and they are ready to come close. So if you're not close to me, how do you want to attack me? It's when you're very close to me that you can attack me. And the environment also made me know that for people who are close to you, you must also consciously train them to let them know what you want from what you don't want. So I wouldn't call it a negative environment. Like some people will say they grew up in Ikoyi, which is a tush environment. But to graduate masters with a 2-1 or 2-2 is difficult for them. So sometimes it's still determination of what I want to become. Now, your temperament being a phlegmatic, a choleric, a melancholy, it depends on the people, I will still say, that you have around you. Are they ready to help you grow? Anytime I go into my choleric nature, I discover that I lose people. But when I go through the sanguine techniques, my sanguine costume, it helps me. So people come close to me. And when they want to go further, then I begin to address what I like and what I don't like. Then if they want to stay, they stay. So it's a technique and style of leadership. So we shouldn't be restricted to a particular style. Everybody have their approach. And that's why unconsciously to us, we now say that touts are taking over the government. They are ready to go through the process. How ready are you to join them so you can switch things over?
Switching things over. Duni is waiting for us in Southeast London. Duni, do you have any question for Doctor?
Yes, I do. I have a question for Ellen Paul. I'm actually excited to see her. But my question, like I had said before we started the conference this morning, would be if she can talk us through how she manages her time. She's a professor, she's an actress, she's a comedian, she hosts a radio show, and she's also a wife and her mom. So how does she do it?
I love you. You're so intelligent. Thank you for that question. Well, time management, because I am very concerned about my people around me, and that also helps me to keep time. I do not have time to waste unnecessarily on gists that will not impact my life because I have a place I'm going. So when I was a receptionist and I got into the University of Lagos, it was difficult for me at a point to continue working as a receptionist. So when I got to University of Lagos, I would go to the chapel and pray that God should please help me. I used to go to the chapel and the Catholic church beside because I was just looking for God. I wasn't looking for any other thing. I was just looking for God because I knew that no one else would explain better except God. So I cried to God and all the things I wanted. Take, for example, the way radio worked for me. So my radio program is usually between the hour of 4 to 6. So I'm always in school. So I'll be in school from morning till about 3. And when I'm extremely late, I take a bike to the radio station. Then after a while, I grew up and the radio station in Abeokuta wanted to start called Rock City. They provided me a driver that will pick me up whenever I need to be in the studio on Fridays. I was losing out on some rehearsals, but I had friends that would tell me, go, but you know why you are going, take this role, begin to read. So when you get back, you have your dialogues. So I was always doing that. Now the friends covered up. Then secondly, when I graduated University of Lagos, I was very functional at the radio station to the point I started hearing things like, the reason she can't get promotion is because she didn't study communication. She just stumbled into it. And that thing kind of peppered my body. Sorry for allowing me to speak my English, you know. The next thing was to pick up a form from FRCN, basic presentation. So I started going for the classes. Anytime we have holiday in Unilag, I'll just enter for a course. Then I discovered that I was gaining something. And after that, I went for executive masters after my first degree in Lagos Business School. I didn't go to Lagos Business School because I really wanted to learn, but I heard that there was a bigger school at the time and you would be meeting classy people. So I was like, okay, let me meet classy people. So I saved up my money. And my husband told me that that's the best school. Then I got there, I saw that we're not too different. They also were looking for what I was looking for, connection, you know? So I'm like, this is, I want to, but I learned, but I also learned to use fork and knife. That is not still comfortable till tomorrow for me. Then from Lagos Business School, my mentor didn't leave me. That's why I said, watch your circle. My mentor, Professor Osita Izewanebe, said, Helen, you are very good in the theater. Why not pick it up and you could be a lecturer? Because your entertainment is good, but you don't have pension. You don't have any backing. So get another profession that would support. So I'm like, okay, let me follow my mentor. So I followed and I did masters. Then I had another mentor who is Otun Rashid, Professor Otun Rashid, who is now in the University of Louisville as a lecturer. He was also on my case. He practically used his money to buy the form. Then another professor, Professor Bolaji Ogunwo, also invested in filling the form and going to submit for me. So my circle really helped me. And later, my admin manager and HR manager of TVC then said, Helen, you have a touch, the way you play with people's emotion, because I love to play with emotions. I like to do like I don't know, but I'll toy with you and I see the reaction again. I said, you can be good with admin. I said, so what can I do? He said, can you do masters in business administration? I said, how do we go the training? He said, all you need to do is be in a class on Saturday, Sunday. This time, nothing I'm doing. On Saturday, Sunday, if I don't get shoes, then I go for class. But sometimes I need to wait. Is this class more important than this show? Is this week we're having tests, so you don't have to take? So luckily for me, I don't have a 9 to 6 job, so I'm able to strike a balance. Then the relationship with the husband understands that I want to grow. And I tell him, before I got married, I told him, I don't want a husband. I want a father, a friend, a G, a secret keeper, and someone that will let me run. And that also helped me. So first, relationship. Who are your mentors that are helping you? Who are the people that you're surrounded by? Is it people that just want to show on social media that they know you? Most people don't know my husband, and that's what I want. So some people do, but it's not someone that is dragging position. It's not someone, we've been to events where they bounced my husband and say, this is for celebrities alone. And my husband would just say, enjoy yourself, the star. Maybe I can't allow you to get to the courtroom too, so you two go. So it depends on the people you have in your life. Your nannies, are they doing a good job? Your mom, is he on standby to help you watch your children so you can strike your balance?
Okay, so your life is already a book, right?
Thank you.
So we can keep flipping it and flipping it, but because of our time,
thank you.
We have to, thank you so much.
And I didn't say that you were my boss in African Magic.
the Jara
Ogami.
Nice and well done.
Ogami, thank you.
So yes, we have to quickly get to Sheon to read some of the comments. I don't know if there are questions for her before she leaves. Sheon, are you there?
All right.